The main reason lawyers get disbarred, which if you think about this, look at the data, is not because of their legal results. They mismanage their firm.
Welcome to this episode of Bourbon and Proof, where we interview those lawyers who have been both successful at law and life, and we do so over a series of spirits, some strong, some light, but they're going to let our spirits sing tonight, and we're blessed to have our co-host again in Atlanta today, Mr. Mauro Fiore.
Thank you, Bob, for having me as usual.
Thank you for coming.
It's been an adventure from Alabama to Atlanta here in like a 40-hour period, but we're going to get through it.
We're going to get through it, we hope. And Mauro, you have a will, I hope?
Yes, I do.
Okay, we're good. We're blessed today to have Miss Jennifer Gore from Atlanta, from the Atlanta Personal Injury?
Yep, ATL Injury Law Group.
There you go, ATL Injury Law Group. And she, if anybody knows, very big on social media, but probably runs one of the most efficient operated law firms, one of the fastest growing law firms.
We are trying to live up to that name every day. But yeah, I mean, I think we've had an attention on efficiency, operations, marketing. That's kind of been our focus over the last 10 years.
Love it. All right, we always start with the pour, okay?
Yes.
So we're going to start with a little rosé all day. We got this one called Rosé Rye.
Okay.
So this is rosé and rye. This is we tried this for the first time the other day, Mauro and I.
It's amazing.
This one is amazing. Like,
you know,
I don't drink
German.
wine.
It's from Germany.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's
I like
German
it.
rosé wine and
It looks like
some
wine.
German rye whiskey.
Yeah. You ever been to Germany, Jen?
Yes, I'm German.
That's why we picked this. Thank you. Is your husband German?
No, Scottish.
Scottish. We should have pulled a Scottish malt. You see that? Well, cheers, Jen. Thank you for coming on the show.
Cheers.
By the way, this if anybody's
That
watching and
smells
listening,
good.
it's 10:30 a.m. where we are filming.
And we were drinking last night, so
Oh yeah.
that's
Welcome
delicious.
back. It's delicious.
Hold on. What was this called again?
Rosé and rye.
It's called
That doesn't-
Stork House.
That doesn't even have like a bite to it.
No.
It's so smooth.
Yeah, take this on the south of France and you'll be dancing all day.
You know what it reminds me of? One of those port wines,
Yes, it does taste like a
Doesn't
port
it?
wine.
Exactly. That's what I was saying yesterday.
like a dessert wine.
Yeah, this is good. Did you shoot it?
Yeah,
Thirsty boy.
I'm ready to rock. I'm ready to rock and roll.
Always. That's what you're always ready to.
I'm always ready
Have a good time.
up until like 9 or 8:30, and then I go to sleep.
You were out last night past 9:30.
I know, but I'm on West Coast time. You know, that's
It
fine.
was like 2 a.m. when you were
Yeah,
out.
well, occasionally I do get amped up, but I'm a early riser and I like to go to bed early. Me and Bob are on the same schedule.
Are you?
Don't text me after 8 p.m. because you won't get a response till 4 a.m.
Yeah, but
'cause I'm
Bob
sleeping.
was staying out till midnight last night in
But
Atlanta.
that's 9 p.m. my time and I went to bed. So
Oh, I get it. So 9 is your cutoff.
time's my cutoff. I'm usually have to be asleep by 9. Yeah, so I mean, a lot of people know you, see your results, see your team, but they don't know how you got into the space.
How did I get into personal injury?
Yeah, like what drove you to?
So I started my law firm the day I got my law license.
Nice.
But that's because basically I had a 2-month-old baby. And I had worked at a law firm all throughout law school in personal injury. I was like the paralegal, the case manager, the secretary. I did all those jobs. So I was working for a very small firm. And I think the benefit of that is you get to see like everything. You get to do a little of everything. I was signing up clients. And so I just got like really clear that it would be, well, I always wanted to start my own law firm, but I think like having a young child and like your time, I was thinking I can do this, from home. I started out my home office and, it just kind of evolved from there.
So when you took the bar, were you pregnant?
So I failed the bar the first time. I was 6 weeks pregnant. Wow. So I actually found this picture of the pregnancy test. Like the exam was like July 30th. I find out I'm pregnant like July 12th.
Oh boy.
So when I was studying for the bar the whole time, I was like, gosh, I'm so tired. I feel like the bar is like killing me. little, like you guys have had children, you know, like that early stage of pregnancy, you're like really tired. So I find out in October I failed the bar.
Yeah, every time I'm pregnant, I'm very tired.
Well, you're wise.
Well, he's always just very tired.
But I find out in October I failed. So I'm now 4 months pregnant. I had already leased an office. Like I was so confident I was going to pass. And so then I had to take the bar again in February when I was 9 months pregnant. So my daughter, Julia, she literally went through the bar in, like, I was pregnant with her and studying for the bar for all, like, 9 months of her life. So I'm like, if she's got problems, it's because, like, I was under so much stress, like, taking the bar 2 times, and there was, like, immense pressure to pass on the second time. And I passed by 2 points on the second time. And so I think that was all, like, I was like, that's it. I'm starting a law firm. Like, you know, I almost like couldn't be a lawyer. Like you face the idea, like maybe this isn't going to work. You know, maybe I'm not going to pass the bar. And so I was just like, that's it. I got my license. We're going.
Wow. You already had space leased, ready to roll?
Yeah. And at that point, when I failed, I had to say, like, I'm walking away from that. And then I was like, you know, I'm just going to start it in my house. And that lasted for about 3 months. Because people started calling and saying, like, I want to come to your office. And I was like,
How often do you have clients actually come into your office these days?
I would say 25, 30% of our clients.
Really?
It's
I
not
never
a high
have.
volume.
Never?
We just go to their homes.
You know, like, people will say things like, I think some people just want to, like, swing by. Like, they just want to feel like it's a legit operation. You know, we still have in-office depositions. We still have, you know, some people that want to come in and pick up their checks. But it's rare. It's not.
We have people in my office. We probably have. I'm going to say maybe 10%.
Yeah.
But some people absolutely want to come in and meet you and see you.
They just want to feel you're real.
Some people want to pick up their check. They don't want you to mail it to them.
I would do the same thing, to be honest with you.
What?
I'd go pick up my check.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
know.
then I think as far as the depots go, I know that out here on the south, they've gone back to in-person depots, no more Zoom stuff, right?
Well, a lot of times my lawyers like to have our client in office while we're doing the depot, and we might be on Zoom with the other side.
Yeah, that's how we do it.
So we would.
We have
Kick
the
'em under
client,
the
we have the
table.
client in the office.
You
yeah.
kick them under the table and tell them, shut
Well,
up. Pull 'em.
you know, they want to prep them. They want to talk to them. They want them to be. We found that sometimes they're more comfortable having like the lawyer by their side. You know?
Yeah.
So ours is all still, I do them all virtually, even our clients. And I like to put a really nice backdrop behind your client at their home. Maybe put up a Bible or two. Okay. Maybe an American flag, depending where you're trying the case later, you know. Look very nice.
You can do a lot with backgrounds.
You can do a lot
Zoom.
with backgrounds.
And I think some people underestimate their Zoom background.
We were talking about this last night. We were, out with some of our friends here in Atlanta. And I intentionally fuck with people when I take especially expert depositions. I wear a shirt that says like Death Row Records, backwards ball cap. I take it in my house with my bar behind me. And as soon as people log on, it's usually like these older experts or doctors. You're like, what the fuck is going on? And usually it's like a bonding. Like if people like whiskey, like this one expert logged in, he's like, he said, what is on that shelf? Can I, before it starts, I'm showing him whiskey. The defense lawyer's like, what is happening? First question, and I'm just like, hey, swear him in. So you're a doctor, right? You're hired by the defense? You would agree like this is all kind of caused by it, right? He's like, well, if the crash never happened, you can't say with a reasonable degree of medical probability when they would have had pain, right? He's like, well, no. And I was like, so you'd agree this was like an aggravation of pre-existing condition? He's like, yeah. And I'm like, thanks, dude. It was like a 15-minute
That's
depo.
Bob's genius. It's like you find ways
Disarm
to be so like unsuspecting.
Yeah.
You know?
But that's when, our early years, I think it's a gift because a lot of people don't see you coming.
No.
Yeah. That's where we had our biggest, results over policy and big verdicts where they were just like, you can't do it. And then you just do it.
Yeah. We like being underestimated.
Mm-hmm.
I think.
Do you feel that now, though?
I think when you get a certain level of results, it bothers you less. And I also have leaned into it to the point where I think it's like a superpower. Like I don't see it as a negative anymore.
You guys are dry. Are we good?
I really do think like whatever, you know, your perceived weakness is like a point of leverage. You know?
Yeah, like one thing for me, for sure. I don't know. I know Bob's an Aboda member. I don't know if you're Aboda or not or whatever, but I refuse to be an Aboda member.
I don't think you refuse. I don't think they would accept you.
Shit. I've
He
told
writes letters to defense lawyers that, like, fucking die, you pig.
not die you pig, but close. But I don't know. But I don't want to be an Aboda member. I want them to not know anything about me.
You like to be elusive.
Yeah. I mean, I've tried more cases than probably the whole board of Aboda in LA, just myself. You know what I mean? But, you know, I don't want to be in Aboda because then they're going to know I've done all that. I've tried, 60, 70 cases.
It's like putting you on the radar.
Yeah. But a lot of people love Aboda and they say it helps with trial case.
Yeah. And Jen, we know you're originally from New York. Mm-hmm. We're going to talk a little bit about your story, and we're going to talk about how you got here to Georgia. So we picked here. This is one from Savannah, Georgia. This is more local in Georgia. You ever had Ghost Coast?
A very haunted place.
Exactly. A lot of there. But this is a ginger-flavored whiskey, which I've never had before.
Ghost Coast.
And it also is consistent with the Jen Gore colors. Greens.
Yes,
See the greens.
I'm wearing, in honor of the Masters here in Atlanta. I'm wearing my Masters t-shirt. Masters coming up. I'll be back here in Atlanta in like 10 days to go to
you're
the
going
Masters.
to the Masters?
Yep.
Very hard to get into.
Yeah. Coming up here with our good friend Rob May and Garrett and Michael Sanchez, and we're doing the Masters.
I'm surprised they let you in.
Yeah.
Now, this is not like the waste management
Yeah, I know.
event, okay?
I know. So I have to wear a shirt the whole time?
Did you guys go to that?
I've been to the waste management. It's just bananas.
They cut off alcohol at some point.
Yeah, just
Rightfully
see
so.
that?
it's that's nuts. No, you can't even run at the Masters, right? You can walk fast, but if you run, they throw you out.
Really?
Yeah.
It's very
What's it like
strict.
a pool? Are we kids? No running?
No running.
It's so funny. My dad decided last year he was just going to show up to the Masters and try to get in. They do that. They do not play around like that. They can arrest you.
Well, there's a famous story of a guy, and they have like video and pictures of him, of some like Japanese guy, like a long time ago. He bought a ticket for the practice round of the Masters because they had practice rounds Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. And he showed up with his golf clubs because he thought he could play a practice. so there's like pictures of him like escorting him off the property since he was there to play a practice round.
They don't play around.
No.
I expect nothing less.
This is going to be funny to see you at the.
Well, I can comport myself.
Oh, you know what I was told? So I know a couple people going that you cannot bring phones in.
Oh, no. Yeah,
There's no phones.
There's no phone and no camera.
No camera.
Yeah,
that's why you never really see anything.
Yeah, you can't. This is going to be on after the Masters. Rob May, who's going with us, he bought some spy glasses.
The glasses.
They have camera and video. And I told him, I said, dude, they know about these glasses. And I said, if they throw your ass out, I'm not leaving with you. I'm staying. You can take a taxi back to
I'm
Atlanta.
sure you can get like one of those lapel cameras.
So he's got some spy glasses that he bought. But we're going with this company. I guess there's a restaurant in downtown Augusta that we're going to go to in the morning. And they have lockers and they lock up your phone. And we're like, they bring us out there and they bring us back. So it's like we have like a concierge service, but they lock up your phones for you.
Not the glasses.
We'll see. We'll see.
Cheers.
All right, we're going to talk about Jen's journey.
Like bourbon.
Yeah, this is ginger in it. You can smell it.
I don't really taste the ginger.
I smell it. But
Oh, you know what? The aftertaste is the ginger.
This is good.
Yeah, and very drinkable.
Yeah. It's also over 40%, which is surprising. I thought this had been under for sure. But ginger's good for you. So they say. So, Jen, tell us about, your journey from New York. Like, why did you get into the personal injury space? I mean, it seems like when you were in law school, you were working at a firm in personal injury, but what drove your passion there?
Yeah, so I was in a really bad car accident when I was 19. I was in a head-on collision, and I was braking, and when you put your foot straight out on the brake really hard, the impact of the crash traveled up and shattered my pelvis. And I had a back fracture. And when I was in the car, I was on my way. I'm 19. I'm on my way to pick up my sister to go out. It's like a Friday night, around Thanksgiving, like that night before Thanksgiving, everyone's going out. And I'm like, damn, I don't have time for being in this accident. You know, that was my first thought. That's what 19-year-olds think. And like, I'm there, the wreck is pretty bad. And my first thought is like, I want to get out of this car. And then when the airbags deploy, the car has a lot of like smoke. So I just felt like I need to get out of this car. I could not move. I was like paralyzed because when your body has trauma, it tries to like keep you from moving. So temporarily you can be kind of paralyzed. So I thought, this doesn't seem very good. They had to cut me out. When you say I can't move my legs, they basically try to cut you out of the car because they want to take you out flat. My parents show up to the scene. They see me getting cut out of the car. People I know are at the scene. It was a big event. I was an athlete in college at the time. I was in business school. I had to leave college. I had to, like, at that time, remote school wasn't a thing. It was completely disruptive to my life. I was very active. To go into being in a wheelchair for 6 months, living with my parents when I was like a college student, it was awful. And I remember the insurance company called me and was like, you know, for you, we don't normally do this, but for you, we'll give you $2,000.
What a deal.
No, I that happens a lot. They still call my clients and offer them $500 all the
Isn't
time.
that crazy that we're not allowed to go directly solicit ethically,
But they
can. They go offer you
And
money,
they
give you a
will
check.
go to your door within 48 hours of you being in an accident with a $500 check, which is fucked up. And I remember, like, at that time, as a 19-year-old, $2,000 was a lot of money to me. But, like, you don't have perspective. Like, I could be seriously fucking injured. And so that experience kind of gave me a bad taste about insurance. They didn't, they hassled me on the car. I feel like we get...
Do you remember the insurance company?
I don't. I could go back and look. But this was, back in 2006 or 2005. And I just remember thinking, like, this process is very overwhelming, And I had lawyers, like, I knew of lawyers, and it still didn't really, like, click to me that I should have hired a lawyer. And then almost 18 months later, I had a boyfriend that was in my life for like when I was a teenager. So he was in my life for like 3 years, which was a long time at that time in my life. And he got in a car accident with a Schwann's truck, where a Schwann's truck rear-ended him. And because there was construction, they claimed that he was partially at fault, which, looking back, it doesn't make sense to me as a lawyer now. And so what ended up happening out of that is we hired a lawyer and his case got fucked up. And he got, like, no money. And what he ended up doing was buying a motorcycle. Because he was like, okay, I need to get another vehicle. There was no money. So he's like, I'm going to get a cheaper thing. I'm going to get a motorcycle. And then within basically a year after that, he got in a motorcycle accident that he died. Wow. So I always think, like, the thing you have to remember as a lawyer is, like, if you fuck up somebody's case, it's like the butterfly effect. Like, you don't know how that's going to affect them down the road, because I really don't think he would have bought a motorcycle had that not happened. And so, like, I just saw these things happening. And, he actually survived for 6 months because he was near a brain trauma hospital, but he had a massive brain injury. Now, it was his fault because he wasn't wearing a helmet. But he was in a very low-speed motorcycle accident in, like, maybe 20 miles an hour traffic, but he got hit so hard that he landed on his head. And, when he died, it was just, like, devastating for so many people. I mean, we were actually broken up at the time, but, like, it just, like, if you lose somebody in an accident that was close to you, it's like, it's pretty, like, traumatic. So then that happened. Then when I was 22, which is a year later, basically, I got involved in a federal lawsuit where my employer stole my identity. And I had to go through depositions. I had to be deposed. I had to defend myself. And that was horrible. So like, I feel like I was just in these legal situations for like several years. And I was like, I think the universe wants me to be a lawyer.
Do you have any lawyers in your family?
No.
Wow.
And I was
Same thing
like,
for us, right?
Yeah. And I think it's just like, I got so tired of like not feeling like I knew what was going on, you know? And I think that's the heart of our firm is like people that have legal problems. These legal problems are very stressful. And we like are not intimidated now by depositions or trial or being sued. Like that doesn't stress me out like today, you know? I mean, I think we understand the legal environment, and we have a lot of friends and people in our life that like if something goes wrong, we feel pretty comfortable. But that's not how the average person feels. You know,
they're overwhelmed by a lot of it.
It's the top stress in their life. Like when I was going through that federal lawsuit where I was being sued because my employer stole my identity, I was being sued for over $100,000. And I was level 10 stressed every day. Like,
what type of employer was this?
This is terrible, but you know how you give your employer your social security card? She went and opened a ton of credit cards in my name. And you know what's terrible?
What kind of job was this?
I was just working at a gym.
Oh my God.
And there are people out there that are con artists that do this. But you know what's terrible in that side is like we hired a lawyer to defend me. And you know what you get at the end? You spend like $8 to $10,000. You get, you're innocent.
Yep, you spent all this money.
And at that time, that was a lot of money to me, $10,000 as a 22-year-old. And my parents were like, what the fuck, you know? So I just got tired of feeling like people were fucking with me through the law. And I was like, no more. And so since then, we've been taking vengeance on the insurance company since. And I just feel really comfortable. Like, we all live in a society with laws and shit, and most people really don't understand the rules of the road of the society we live in, you know? So I think, like, having a law degree is like having, like, this armor, like this power of knowledge.
Yeah, I mean, I grew up with my dad was a business guy, but a real rogue business guy. Like, my dad was crazy. So he would get sued all the time, right? And you know what he would do? I remember like yesterday, he would get served with a lawsuit. Like they would come to our house and serve him, and he'd just throw it in the garbage can.
Trash.
Just throw it right in the trash and never think about it again.
You know, somebody stole, Mauro stole somebody's identity once.
No, I didn't.
Why do I believe this?
No, there's another Mauro Fiore that lives in Hollywood that's a cinematographer.
Oh, yeah.
Won all these Academy Awards.
He's trying to be you.
But he lives in Oklahoma. We did a story on this recently, but the guy, all these fans sent back because they look up Mauro Fiore and they said he lives in Hollywood.
How many Mauro Fiores can there be, right? I live in Hollywood. So they think that they look him up and they think it's me and they send me, because he won an Academy Award for Avatar. And,
this is not a bad person to me.
He does giant blockbuster movies.
You should be leaning into this.
So like they send me shit to my house to autograph. and I feel bad for these people that went through the trouble, so I sign it and I send it back to them. Yeah, I mean, I feel bad, you know, to throw
They don't know.
Yeah, how do they know? I signed it. Oh, great bet. You can't wait I bet you can't wait for my next movie.
That's so funny.
And he sends back a Venmo QR and steals from these people.
So what do people say when they see your license and it says Hollywood, California?
Well, my office is in Pasadena, so it's not in Hollywood. I live in
No,
Hollywood.
but your passport says Hollywood. Because when I travel with them, they always ask him, he goes, oh, you're Mr. Hollywood. And he's like, yes, I do films there. And I was like, you know what kind of films he's doing there? This thing, the running joke. We know like every language.
No, it is funny. It is funny when you go to places around the world and they ask for your ID. Like if I'm at a store in some remote village someplace, because I've been to some crazy places with Bob, and they ask for your ID and they see my address that says Hollywood, California. Everybody knows Hollywood, right? So they're like, oh, Hollywood. So I say, yeah, it's not that great actually, but yes. I'm from Hollywood.
And sometimes there's languages which Mara doesn't know. We know most of the same. And like, I'll try to find a say way. Like he's a very famous porn actor in Hollywood. And I'll say it in the language. And Mara's like, what's going on? This happens. All right.
I need to share your on the road names.
I don't have all.
Bob refuses to have a
I don't
European
partake
alias.
in their.
But my European alias is Rats Melbourne. And it's Rats with 2 R's.
No,
Rats
with a
Melbourne.
rolled R.
Rats Melbourne. And I'm an international. Bob says I'm an international cryptocurrency trader.
That's right.
And Bob, you don't want to name
I don't want to partake in this. They like to go like first stop every time we get like this beautiful city ever in the world, and like
Sweden or someplace.
and he's like, "Where's the casino?" It's the first question. He's like, "Where's the casino?" And he goes and does this alias thing he was doing with Ray from Even Up. There,
And Ray's name
we
is.
They get
decided
kicked
Ray
out.
has a new name we've come up with.
Yeah, Ray goes by Bulldogs Madrid in Europe, but
I
he's
told
gonna
him
have
he
a new
needs a
name.
much more Asian name, like Yoshi-chan.
yeah. I told we said this last night, but he looks like the most like interesting person in the world. Okay, so we got this last pour, and Jen, you brought. Do you know
I'm
about
gonna
this
have
one?
to-
Oh, you got to.
I gotta,
High West
I gotta-
from Utah.
Yeah,
Nice.
she. So I
We've
went
been
to
to this distillery.
Yeah, we have. Why don't you tell
I
us
brought
about this
this.
bottle? This is one you brought. You display this one. Go ahead.
Why don't I tell you about? You know of this.
I know
don't
of this
you?
very well.
Why
It's one of
don't
my
you
favorites.
Tell about it because this is the one we pulled.
And you say we. Who's we?
My husband pulled it because he works in the liquor industry.
Didn't know this, but now
Double rye. Woof.
we drink this every day. While you have your
I
surprise.
can't remember the last time we had the double rye. We have.
They're all double rye.
Really?
So I always bring back my old like hamburger ordering days. When I go to restaurants, I see High West. I say I'll have a double on the rocks, a double.
Remember, Rob, we were in Kentucky. What were we there for? For the KJA
Oh, yeah.
Auto, and we went to that little place.
The barbecue place.
No, we went to that little bourbon place.
Oh, that's right.
That was
With
so
Jay Bond.
nice.
And
With
he went to
Jay
this little
Bond.
speakeasy bourbon place off the trail, like way out. And they had like some of the best bourbons you've ever heard of.
Yeah, I think that place has like the antique bottles and all that, like their 100-year-old bourbons. They have.
Very awesome. And then
I
Jen
think-
disappeared for like an hour.
Oh,
she was
I
on the phone with the
hiring
client. Yeah, she was like
I was hiring somebody.
something work related. And Jay and I had like 2 or 3 bourbons while we were waiting for her to come. We were on the way to the airport.
I think this one is aged in some kind of barrels, is what he was telling
These are
me.
these are charred oak barrels, but the High West Double Rye. So this is Utah, which I think it's only one of the only distillers in Utah, which Morrow and I have been.
You know, it's normally a dry place.
I know, but you can actually take these out of there.
Although the guys
weird.
there at the distillery said that the Mormons
Can't
used to
ship
make
them up.
lots of whiskey and everything, and that it's kind of weird that they outlawed booze.
But Mormons can't even drink whiskey. The
Have
real
you
ones, those
been
are
to
Jack
Utah?
Mormons.
I went
bunch of times.
for.
Yeah, we've been to this distillery in Utah.
Yeah, we've been
You've
to
been
this
there.
place. We've been to High
Too
West.
much.
It's up in the mountains above Park City, or near Park City. I remember when.
So they also, I've been there a bunch because they have what's called the Silicon Slopes there.
Oh.
So they have the mountain region, which a lot of tech startups are there in Utah. It's beautiful.
I went the first time this past year for NiftyCon.
We'll talk about NiftyCon because I don't know. Oh God, I love this one. This is like a straight good rye
This is an
bourbon you
old
can drink every
school.
day.
That's all I like of you.
This is a limited release. This one. This is my day drinker.
Oh, that's so good. This is a numbered bottle too.
Yes.
Limited bottle.
My husband had 2 options, and he was like, I think you know
This one. I'm a big rye. Everybody knows on the show I'm a big rye guy. Man, this is. If you have one of these every morning, you'll have a really good
This is
day.
100. It's 100 proof.
Yeah, bottle this. Yeah.
We're at the event last night, and people are talking about giving up drinking, and y'all are like, yeah, never.
Yeah, as I was saying, the guy said, I thought to myself, I'm not going to drink anymore. And I'm like, I've never thought that.
I've never
He
had that
calls
thought.
that out
was
from,
like, I've
his-
never
from the
thought
crowd.
Oh, I never had one of those days, where you're like, I drank so much, I'm never drinking again.
But
That's
when
Like
never
after
happened.
Mardi Gras last year when I slept on the carpet and it was bad. Mardi
His
Gras
wife
was-
sent us a photo. He was just in his underwear. She's pouring water on him because he's just
Yeah,
laying on the
that was-
floor.
I felt
Mardi
like
Gras
I've
was
never-
so fun this year. It was so good.
We're going to try to do more fun stuff.
How can you outdo it every year?
And that's the problem. It is now you expect more. We're like trying to figure out.
I would just take the exact same. That was great.
Flow Rider puts on the best show. Ice Cube is fantastic, but I do
Flow
want to.
Rider was better.
Flow Rider's the best.
Flow Rider's
He's the
always
second
good.
time
I
he's
mean,
been.
Bob's hired him a couple times. I mean, he has, first of all, you don't realize how many cool songs he has.
There's
And
20
you're like,
bangers.
I love every
And
one. It's
like,
our
wow.
generation.
And like, yeah, you don't remember how many cool songs he has. And then he puts on a show. I mean, the guy's like jumping off the stage.
High energy.
It's amazing.
And my favorite thing about Mardi Gras was that box.
Oh, the
virtual box that like teleports people.
Yeah.
Like the teleport
Bob, you were so cutting edge with that.
we're trying to sell. My goal hopefully by the time this airs is I'm going to turn. I have my AI chatbot that has my voice, which I was showing you yesterday. You can ask it a question, answers in my real voice, and we're gonna make it into an avatar, and then into a real person, so I can beam into these boxes and answer any question that people want, and I can do this for everyone. This is the goal. We're going to do for some, but you have to have a lot of data. So you probably could pull it off because you do so much media.
You do.
But you have to, we would transcribe.
You can make a fake of me now.
Well, you could, if you took this episode, transcribe it, and feed it to the AI LLM, your internal LLM.
Yes.
You can make it based off of you because it'll learn so much about you, but it has to have that print PDF data to put into it.
Yeah, I think me and Bob both put up a shitload of content.
Oh, yeah.
Like Bob, you always know he's going to put up 35 stories a day.
And the stories are usually, sometimes my wife asks me, you got to take that one down. Like that's a little, you push the envelope a little too much. But.
Yeah, I don't put up that much. Very, very little.
I showed Mauro this thing called LinkedIn on the plane.
Yeah,
oh
I was
my
like,
God,
oh, this is
I'm
cool.
huge. I'm such a fan of LinkedIn.
LinkedIn's good.
We use
But
it
I
for
follow
recruiting.
Jen. Do you follow
I
me
just added you last night.
Because he's on.
on
You're on
LinkedIn
LinkedIn?
or on Instagram?
I added you on all the platforms.
Yeah.
You got to follow me on Instagram.
I'll follow him on
For my-
OnlyFans.
What is your handle?
Fury Legal.
Okay.
At Fury Legal.
So that's not the firm. That's you.
This is good.
No, it's I have one Instagram. It's the firm and personal.
All
in one.
melded together.
And the CEO at my office keeps telling me, you have to have your own Instagram, and we got to get
Well,
it.
Well,
I
let's talk about this because we
did
talked
that.
about this off air. Like Jen is a big believer, and I think we need to do the same thing. Is she has an executive team at her firm that are actually that.
Yeah, we run on EOS. Do you guys know what EOS is?
Yeah, explain that because I love it. You probably never heard of it, but it's fantastic.
Entrepreneurial Operating System was a system designed by Gino Wickman. He wrote a book that basically describes EOS. It's how to run any company, which applies to law firms. And basically, you run the firm where there's a visionary at the top. Yeah, you both. And then there is an executive team below. So like CFO, head of finance, head of HR, head of marketing, head of intake, head of legal. And you can split head of legal into like, managing attorney or whatever. Pre-lit team, lit team. And then, a COO. And so I don't run the firm alone. Like I have an executive team that runs my firm. So we have a weekly leadership meeting and everybody brings all the issues from their departments and we talk through those issues. And, I think the greatest thing has been empowering leaders in the company to run areas of the company and to own areas. Like if our recruiting is down, it's like, that's HR's.
And this is what Jen teaches a lot about is it's like a master class on running your firm as a business. And this is so important in today's world where business is entering the legal space.
Well,
the
here's
lighting
the
space.
thing, Bob. Like the main reason lawyers get disbarred, which if you think about this, look at the data, is not because of their legal results. They mismanage their firm.
Yeah, and they're also usually it's unhappy clients. So if you keep your
No
clients,
communication. But those are systems issues. They're not really legal problems, And so I think like operationally, again, like I came into this, I was in business school. I have always had a passion for business. My parents were both entrepreneurial. My dad had started his own company when he was 18. So I grew up like in business, like you were saying, like, and so when I went to law school, I was like, this is so weird because they never talked about that. And, the statistics are that tons of lawyers end up running their own shop. So I think it's a disservice that the law schools are doing to never talk about, because at the end of the day, if you don't have the cases, like if you don't have a tight process for onboarding clients and a great marketing scheme, that it's like you're not going to have the cases to try.
and you also have to think about your longevity as a lawyer. If you put yourself at the top and it's just you, and
If you're the product. So
it doesn't scale, it doesn't sell.
Well,
if you're the product, you can never do anything with it.
I had the benefit of having like a ton of business coaches in the past. Like, so year 2 of my law firm, I hired a business coach. Even though like I came from a business background, I was like noticing the firms that were making a lot of traction, they had mentors and coaches. And over the last 10 years, I've had like tons of mentors and coaches, and I still have them today. I even just got some new ones recently. And I love to look at firms that are like 5 times bigger than mine, 10 times bigger than mine. And I want to be like, what are you doing that I'm not doing?
I would like you to come to mine and say, this is all the shit you're doing wrong. Because like we should be set up more like yours.
Yeah, well, here's the thing. My first business coach said to me, what would happen if you got cancer? What would happen if your mom got sick or your dad got sick and you needed to leave for 60 days? And I always thought about the sustainability aspects. And then for me, I have 3 kids. My first 2 kids, I had no maternity leaves. Like, I was taking calls in the hospital. Not good. My 3rd child, we spent 6 to 8 months building with my CFO a plan for me to get out of the firm. So I took a 2-month off-grid, like completely out of the firm, maternity leave.
And your firm was probably 7 years old at this time.
It was 7 years old at the time. It took 8 months to engineer. And I had so part of the plan was I left the firm like for a week.
Oh, incremental.
And I
see if you could do
let it see what broke. And the things that broke, I've made like every mistake there's been. But the things that broke.
Then you make your mess your message.
Yeah, the mess your message. So
I stole that from her last night.
So
yeah. Oh, I trademarked it as I said.
The thing is that I was too involved in the money at that time. So I was writing the checks. This is common with lawyers. It's like I was signing the check. So we fixed everything that I touched that broke. And what was crazy, and I think at that time, I was in this program where they were like, you don't have a business if you can't leave for 4 weeks.
This is good shit.
You don't.
Well, luckily, I don't know. Me and Bob have left the country
You guys
for many
leave.
weeks.
But we've been able to, because we set infrastructure, and I have my twin brother runs our office. By the way,
Correct.
They handle all the kind of, so like, my brother could have stole $10 million from me, and I would have no idea.
Okay, but you could have
But it's
reporting.
a trust. Correct, but there's reporting and there's safe checks. But us trial lawyers, we get so wrapped up in litigating, trying cases, flame to flame to flame.
Living on the
Correct.
But
we don't go back and
The
do
thing that
you did. He hired a good COO.
Yeah, I have a good COO now. She's amazing, Sarah. But what I've always ran
She
my
actually
business
won Lottie
by-
Girl Got Talent.
Yeah,
Oh,
she
yeah,
did.
yeah,
Well,
she
she
did.
did. She's a great
won.
singer. She's loves to do karaoke and stuff. She's the best. She has a microphone tattoo on her hand. So, like, if she holds a mic, there's a tattoo right here with a microphone. But she likes to sing. She's crazy.
Excellent.
She's crazy about singing. But the one thing I've always ran my office by, and somebody gave me this advice years ago, and this is what I still run it by today, is that if your office's success or your business success is tied to your time, you're in big trouble.
You're in big dollars for hours.
Yes,
right?
you're in big trouble. So I try to make sure, I've always tried to make sure that it's not, the success isn't tied to my hours.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
Because it puts golden handcuffs on you.
Correct.
And I do think there's
Then
a
how am I
place.
going to play golf, for God's sake?
Well, yeah, true. But there is a place for people who are these amazing trial lawyers. I think they have to build infrastructure around them where they just get to do the parts they
That
really
they love to do.
And they have, don't you feel like that's the key?
So we've been preaching a lot of this. We've developed a lot of trial lawyers that they are just like the assassins, that they snipe at the end, where they come in, they have infrastructure in place, they go do the role that they love, that they're the best at.
And
they get a
think about
percentage
it.
of the fee, and they're just like, I'll take that case.
Yes.
I'll spend 3 weeks in Detroit, and I'll snipe. And you're like a mercenary.
Well,
And that's what they love to do. And that's what you should do.
If you are like a sword and you are so sharp and you're dulling yourself by doing tons of activities, you're actually less effective when you're really needed. But what was crazy?
Did we get that on video?
Yeah.
Okay, great, because that was awesome.
You know what I mean? Like when you're doing like things that are not things. What I learned when I was gone for 2 months, which I invite everyone to do. You guys obviously do it because you're on the road a lot.
Yeah, we never leave. I never leave off the grid though. Like that.
I was completely off grid. What I did is I got reports, and the reports were like these 4 things, and if these 4 things are green, don't bother. Like let it go. They made the same money when I was gone as when I was there, and I was like, what the fuck am I doing there 40 hours a week, 50 hours a week?
But that's how you know you can pivot and grow and trust your systems and your talent.
I do think the visionary needs to inject the visionary energy, Like, I don't know that would just sustain, for 8 months. But I do think being able to take recharge breaks, time off grid, like what does Bill Gates say? He takes time just to go think. Like, that's when you're most creative.
Yeah, that's usually when I'm going to the bathroom in the morning.
Yeah.
We don't want to hear about that.
You asked so many questions about my bowel movements. You're such a weirdo.
Yeah, but Bob, you have all jokes aside, you have built a firm that's pretty incredible that operates with a ton of other people's talent, and it's not just the Bob show.
No, and I think that's what every lawyer, if you're watching or listening, fucking check your ego. If you're an ego person, you're going to be holding those golden handcuffs that are beholden to your company, right? So, Jen, we're at the end of the episode here, and first of all, we're looking forward to mentor Jen to do this for many, many other lawyers, and Mauro and I will be the first to sign up to your mentorship program. But at the end of the show, we ask you to pick your bourbon of proof. Now, you had 3 distinctly different types of whiskey. Very, very different.
And so thoughtfully selected.
They can't be any more different.
Can't be any more different.
I
So
feel
you
like
have to.
it was like
You get to pick what your bourbon of proof could be. Taste, could be story, whatever you like. This is your choice.
I'm actually going with the first one.
Really? Well,
The Stork, Rosé and rye.
I don't why.
That's awesome.
It was so unexpected.
yeah.
It is amazing. Everyone likes
This is like, we're going to start bringing this back on a lot of shows because it sneaks up on people. If we drank it for the first time, we're like, this is really fucking good. Well, Jen Gore, thank you for coming on. If anybody is in the ATL and Georgia in general, think green, think Jen Gore. She's an awesome human being and now a mentor to many.
Oh.
Jen, cheers to you. And now you must drink the rest as I, because if you have an empty
Cheers,
glass.
My glass
it's-
is empty as usual.
What a surprise.